Hi. I just want to take this time to speak to somebody, anybody that's listening to me and watching me right now. Somebody who you feel stuck in a cycle that somehow it doesn't seem to have an end. You're stuck somewhere at some point of your past, and somehow it is almost impossible to move away from that place. It could be you're stuck at some bad experience that happened in your past, maybe even traumatic experience that happened in your past, and somehow, no matter how much you try to move forward, that experience is stuck in your mind and is stuck in your heart, and you can't seem to do anything. You can't seem to move forward. You just can't. You've tried everything, but it seems like you can't get rid of the memories. You can't get rid of the thoughts. A horrible mistake maybe that you did in the past. Maybe because you were under pressure. Maybe because you were a child, you really didn't know any better, but 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, you're haunted by the mistake that you did and the guilt. You feel condemned all the time, and no matter what you do, you just can't move forward. Some of you, you're stuck in the cycle of hurt, cycle of pain. You were betrayed, you were hurt terribly, and maybe worse, by people that you love, people that you thought they loved you, but these are the very people who caused you the greatest pain of your life, and now you're stuck. You can't move forward. You can't do anything. You're haunted by the memories. You find yourself crying for no reason because there's so much pain in your life. I want to tell you something today which is going to sound easier said than done. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. I know it's easy to say that, but when you look at it, there is really nothing that you can do about what happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, what happened an hour ago, you can't go back and change it. Some of the people that hurt you, they're even dead by now, and you can't go back and wake them up, raise them up, and say, I want you to say sorry. You can't do any of that, but now you're stuck. You've got to move on. There is power that is available in you that can enable you to move on. You've got to understand that there is more ahead than what lies behind. You got to understand that people are people. And people will always do what people do. People will hurt. People will betray. Because that's what people do. People do things sometimes. Jesus said, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Jesus himself understood that sometimes people will hurt you, but they're not even aware how much they are hurting you. So you gotta get to a point where you say, I can't go back and change people. I can't go back and change my experiences. I always say, there is nothing you can do about what happened, but there is something you can do about what happens. What happened yesterday, there's nothing you can do about it. But you have an opportunity, you have a chance to start from where you are right now. No matter how messed up it is where you are right now, but you can start from there and take things from there and allow the power that is in you, the power of God that is in you, to take you into the next chapter and the next season of your life. You don't have to be a victim of guilt. You don't have to be a victim of hurt. You don't have to be a victim of depression. You don't have to be all of that. You can. You have an opportunity to go into the next chapter, the next level of your life. And not just for you. You're sitting there, you're a father, you're a mother, you've got kids. At some point you're going to have to think, I've got to move on, not just for me. You have to find something that is bigger than you. I've got to move on for the sake of my baby. I've got to move on for the sake of my wife. I've got to move on for the sake of my husband. I've got to move on. Maybe if not for me, but for the sake of them. They don't deserve an angry father. They don't deserve an angry mother. They don't deserve a frustrated and depressed parent. They don't deserve a crazy child. I've got to do it. Maybe not even for me. You've got to move on. It's time now. You've sat on that mountain for too long. It's enough. I know it sounds easy, but let me tell you something. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible to them that you believe, that believe. If you can believe that you deserve more, if you can believe that there is so much more for you, if you can believe that you are not what they said you are, if you can believe that, that is the first step. It's time to move on. I'm Sammy Ralekholela. And I hope just maybe one or two of you, these words, they mean something to you. I pray that they will take you into the next level of your life. God bless you.